Reason and Company, Ed Vitagliano and Fred Jackson. Well, Fred, a controversial deal has been reached by the Biden administration and Iran, which is still considered a state sponsor of terrorism. A 5-prisoner swap for both. If you are have a family member that's coming home from Iran, you're happy about this. The Biden administration saying that they're making families whole again. However, in this deal, the U.S. has allowed frozen assets of Iran to be unfrozen, $6 billion. We have a nation, Iran, that is, by all estimates, close to being able to make nuclear weapons. What are your thoughts about this deal?
Well, that is the controversial part, is the $6 billion that's been released. Not too many people are arguing about the swap of 5 for 5. 5 Iranians being held here, 5 Americans being held in Iran. We're glad that they've been freed, but on the other hand, there's great concern, not only here in the United States, but also around the world, because Iran is a threat not only to the United States, not only to Israel, but in other countries at the hands of the Iranians. So many more. If you look it up online, you get pages and pages of the Iranians. They're bad actors. It's as simple as that.
And that is a concern. They have a missile that is, by all estimates, capable of going 5,000 miles, able to reach Europe. The Biden administration should never have allowed them to reclaim $6 billion. Anyway, we're certainly going to keep an eye on this, and we'll try to cover it here on Reason and Company. We want to thank you for joining us.
You're listening to the Counterculture Mom Show. Our kids are under fire every day, with the media and pop culture persuading them to give up their faith and Christian values. Stay tuned now as former Hollywood actress and pop culture expert Tina Griffin helps you counter these messages and safely navigate today's pop culture chaos.
This is a letter from the University of Oxford. It says I want a scholarship. A full ride to Oxford?
Did you just get here now?
Carolyn.
Edward.
Oh, God, sorry. First time in the UK? What gave it away? The stars in your eyes. I have a lot to do, and I need to stay focused.
I think it's about time Dr. Drake loosened up.
I second that notion. Cheers, ladies.
Your friends, they signaled to you before they left.
Signaled.
Like that.
Oh, God. TDH. Tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah, well, he's proving to be quite the distraction. There's a lot you don't know about me.
I know, and it's killing me. Come on. Anyone told you that you're difficult?
Well, this has been great.
More tea, anyone?
This is why I'm here, to work and earn my doctorate, and someone explained to me that I was in danger of losing my scholarship. Whatever you think this is, I can assure you, you're wrong.
You wear this brave face, but inside you're just as scared as everybody else.
You do not know what I've been through.
You pore over the words of dead people, but you don't let yourself feel those same things.
The strength you speak of, perhaps you're looking for it in the wrong place.
Talk to him. Why? Because you love him. So what happens now?
That's the question, isn't it?
I just attended a private VIP screening for this flick at the National Soho House Theater last night, and it was phenomenal. I can't even put into words all I was thinking about during the viewing, let alone now, a day later. Based on Carolyn Weber's memoir, Surprised by Oxford follows the journey of Carol Drake, a driven and guarded young woman determined to achieve her PhD at Oxford. The film takes viewers on a transformative and tumultuous journey as this young woman begins an unexpected friendship with a charming young man, which propels her on a profound exploration of mystery, vulnerability, and love. Like C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien did nearly 100 years ago, this film unpacks big ideas. Surprised by Oxford invites audiences into a world of romance, reason, and higher calling. Get your tickets today for a showing near you at surprisedbyoxford.movie. Once again, get your tickets and more info at surprisedbyoxford.movie. Your purpose is not the thing you do, it's the thing that happens in others when you do what you do. Wise words coming from our next guest, Jade Simmons. Jade is a concert pianist, team leader, and the CEO of Jade Media Global. Nicknamed classical music's #1 maverick, Jade has performed in renowned halls, including the White House and the U.S. Supreme Court, but continues to find the greatest joy in helping people draw closer to God through her artistic gift. At the center of her work is her faith and her desire to help people take bold steps with God toward blessing others with their story and voice. As the author of Audacious Prayers, Live and Pray Out Loud, and Purpose the Remix, a mind-blowing re-understanding of purpose and how it works, Jade believes that too many people have confused purpose with passion and are not fully walking in their gifts and talents. I could not agree more. This is the Counterculture Mom Show. I'm your host, Tina Griffin. We are honored to have you join us today to kick off Purpose and Community with none other than CEO of Jade Media Global, Jade Simmons. Jade, how you doing, woman?
I am so much better now that we are finally connected.
I cannot believe how many times we miss each other. It was, and you know, I should have just said, go ahead and do something live from the plane, because to track you down, you're trying to change America. Unbelievable. My heart's still beating out of my chest because I was praying over here 5 minutes ago that someone will cancel, and so I could squeeze you.
And they did.
And that's what happened. Oh, yeah. Jade.
I love it.
Jade, you believe there's no barrier between the sacred and the secular when believers are willing to do God's work wherever they're called. Please talk about that more in detail for us.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I can't always say I was that profound. I thought there were pretty clear lines drawn. And then when I was doing all this stuff in the corporate world, like Holy Spirit stuff was breaking out. You know, they didn't bring me in as the ordained minister. I'm in as the inspirational speaker, the keynote, come and speak on leadership or innovation and play the piano and then be on your way. And I'd come in there and start talking about purpose or breakthrough, which really are just code words for God, for me at this point. But I talk about these things, and, you know, our prayer as a team is that the Holy Spirit precedes us in these rooms. And that's, God was showing up powerfully. And finally, I was like, God, what's going on here? This isn't church. What are you doing? And what he said to me, Tina, was like, look, we got a deal going on. They don't invite him in. He says, but they invite you in, Jade, and I go wherever you go. And wherever he is sacred. So it's created this incredible life, Tina, where the lines are so powerfully blurred at this point that I feel so blessed to go into any setting and know that God's with me, and God's always going to be who he is.
Unbelievable. Powerful words. So purpose, talk to us more about that, because a lot of people do confuse that with passion. What is the difference between the two?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we probably confuse it with is just an activity, a title, a profession, a job. My purpose is to be a teacher. I thought my purpose is to be a pianist, right? And what I learned later is that it's not about the thing you're doing. It's about what's happening, what's breaking out in the rooms that you're doing that thing in. And when I got that, my purpose wasn't just simply to play these 88 keys, but it was, you know, my purpose was what was happening in that audience when I played. I was also like, wait a minute, if I know my purpose now is not to play the piano, but it's to activate audiences into being bigger and bolder, I can scoop that thing up and take it with me wherever I want. I can activate people through writing, through speaking, through preaching, through music, and so purpose.
お父さん、明日9時半ね。明日9時半ね。あと10月になってもいないと分かんないけど、採用されたら日本人のレストラン、韓国の。そしたら金曜日働くことになるから、そしたら月火水木ね。で、金曜日が休んで、で土曜日の夜、シャワー連れてってもいいし、日曜日にシャワー連れてってもいいし、とりあえず月火水木なるから。一応月水 土曜の夜でもいいし、月水土曜の夜でもいいし。それは後で決めよう。
Visionary women of faith. I'm a coach as well. And when I get to them, they have been so committed. And this is because women in particular, right? We're people of great integrity, of great service. We're usually serving a lot of different factions at once. And usually ourselves, we're pretty low on that list, right? We got kids, we got spouses, we have jobs, we got charities, we got church. And when's the last time we've stopped to say, how much of what I'm doing is obligation?
Yeah.
Or even talent or skill.
Yeah.
How much of that is purpose? So when I get to them, we spend a lot of time breaking them out of this mindset of 99% of my life is about obligation. I believe our biggest obligation is to the God who created us, and He gave us each individual and unique purpose. We must be about the business of uncovering what He has implanted in us since before we were born, and that's where our obedience lies. Now, that still is going to make us a great mom, a great wife, because now I know my purpose, even with my kids, is to activate them into being bigger and bolder than they would be if I weren't their mom. So my purpose is not to be their mom. Get this, moms. My purpose is what happens in my kids because I am their mother. That's a big difference.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to listen to your episode about 52 times over. What you're addressing, Jade, could have helped me cry less at our Bible study meeting this morning. I hardly get that emotional, and yet people like you come on the program saying exactly what I need to hear when I hear it. A lot of times too, it's like women are so tapped out because we give to every other place that a lot of us, kids are almost out of the house or out of the house, we forget or don't remember who we are, what is our purpose, and we get depressed. And sometimes
of course.
Of course. Wow. Okay. Bomb dropped. I got to clean up the debris. I'm going to do that during this first commercial break, Jade. And we're going to come back talking about misplaced purpose and to grab it back right after this.
I came in as a boy, and I'm leaving as a young man. They're developing lifelong friends, and they're being pushed beyond what they think their limitations are.
It's helped me with the importance of leadership, because, before Trail Life, I literally did nothing.
As a mom, I love the fact that I know that our son is involved in a Christ-centered, holy-focused school. I'm confident that he's in a safe environment, that he's getting the mentorship and leadership of men who have the type of foundation that we need him to get.
I've never really been able to talk in public, and being at Trail Life, everyone's so accepting of you, and that really helps me become who I am and who God wants me to be.
Me and my dad, we really didn't talk a lot, and my mom wanted my dad to go. He was like, sure, I'll go. So he asked off work, and he went. And ever since then, me and my dad's relationship has gotten closer.
Experience the Trail Life difference. Find a troop near you or start one today by visiting www.traillifeusa.com.
Galatians 6:10 says, "Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers." In Nigeria, 7 Christians are killed every day by terrorists, and villages are burned down to the ground because of their faith in Jesus. Some people like to talk about the problem, but this ministry does something to solve the problem. Equipping the Persecuted is a ministry that is helping persecuted Christians in Nigeria. They are a boots-on-the-ground mission and respond to terror attacks within 48 hours, bringing food, medicine, and relief materials to the victims, many of whom are children. They run an orphanage, support over 140 widows monthly, dig wells for medical camps, and train and equip security teams so they can better protect their villages. I encourage all of my listeners to support Equipping the Persecuted by donating $20 a month or more at equippingthepersecuted.org. That's equippingthepersecuted.org. And partner with heroes who are literally saving lives daily. Counterculture Ministries is able to pump out life-giving content each week on this program because of our faithful donors. Thank you if you're currently a partner with us. For anyone who is watching our show and is being helped in some way through this ministry, would you help us by jumping on board as a monthly donor? If everyone who tuned in each week could donate $5 a month, it would allow us to stay on the air. That's it, $5. To be transparent, we are growing faster than we can handle. But God, right? This is where the body of Christ joins forces. God told me back in May to say yes to any new opportunities to share his truth with the little time that we have left. You are helping us save humanity with the topics we address on this show. We have expanded to 600 radio stations nationwide on CSM, AFR, and Salem Radio, along with SiriusXM Family Talk Channel 131 that has 34 million paid subscribers. But with that comes airtime costs. Our overhead is $40,000 a month for production and airtime costs. We need your help. If you love what we're doing, our ministry team is asking that you partner with us by heading over to our website at counterculturemom.com and click on the pink donate button at the top of the page. It's a tax write-off and any amount helps. And we're hoping our audience family can do at least $5 a month. And if that happens, the needs of this program will be met. Time is short. Let's do this. Tell us, what is misplaced purpose?
It's a story of so many lives, right? Again, those things I mentioned, title, profession, role, and man, the big one, obligation. And again, as women, you know, it's a lot of times the thing that is our skill set and our blessing is also the double-edged sword. Because we are multifaceted, because we can multitask, we become all-purpose, cross-purpose, multi-purpose people. And so the trick is that we can feel purposeful because we're doing good things and still be out of alignment with our purpose. So misplaced purpose for me at this point, even as a concert pianist who has trained her entire life to be able to do what she does, it would be misplaced for me to still only be doing straight ahead concerts where all I do is sit down and play. I can do it, trained to do it, educated very well to do it, but I've already made a transition where God has, the piano is sort of in the background in my life now. It comes with me everywhere I go, but the real impact is coming from the words that come out of my mouth. The music is an enhancer. So when our company gets calls and they say, well, can't you just kind of come and shut up and play? No, we can't. It doesn't matter what the money is, because that amount of time that I'm just playing would be a time that I'm actually out of purpose. I'm in skill, I'm in gifting, I'm in talent, but I'm out of purpose. Gift, skill, and talent should serve purpose. So we only say yes to opportunities that are going to allow me to speak into the hearts and minds of the people in that room. And then God has given me the gift to use music to break down barriers, to disarm people, to entertain them, to inspire them, so I can go right back in and deliver the heavy-hitting stuff He wants me to get out.
Absolutely phenomenal insight. Okay, in this day and age, I think a major reason why women and men and even kids, teens, tweens, toddlers, college students are not tapping into the giftings that God gave them, their purpose and passion, working together, is because of Hollywood and social media and the roles that they are playing in our culture. Can you talk about how they impact the role of making purpose seem out of reach?
Yeah, I mean, look, I love superheroes more than the next guy. I grew up loving Superman, wanting to be Superman, and now that we have all these wonderful female characters, I go to every superhero movie there is. But because we watch other people fly around on the screen with the capes, or we watch the biographies of the Nelson Mandelas, you know, and the Gandhis, we think, man, if I'm not rewriting history, I don't really have big purpose. Maybe I don't even have any purpose. We talk about that depression, that suicide. If you want to get to that quickly, start feeling there's no reason for you to exist and that your life doesn't matter outside of your own life, because it does. And so, you know, it's not that it's Hollywood's fault, but we have sort of relinquished the idea of having a life of consequence to the stars on the silver screen, the big name humanitarians, the president of the United States. And I believe there is no big purpose or little purpose. Purpose is one size fits all. The only difference is those of us who decide to uncover it. Notice I didn't say discover it, uncover it, because it's always been there. And then those who decide to walk in it. That's the difference. That's the difference.
So let's say you're speaking and a woman comes up to you at the end and says that the previous night she contemplated ending her life and it's never been an issue. It's ever popped up in her head before. She feels very overwhelmed at the end of her ropes and she's suicidal. What would be the first couple of steps or things you would share to her when she's at the end of her ropes?
Yeah, it's ironic you asked that. I worked for years in youth suicide prevention. I'm not a trained mental health expert or therapist, but came by way of doing the Miss America pageant, believe it or not. Mental health awareness and youth suicide prevention was my platform. And it just so happened when I was going for Miss America, the Columbine tragedy happened the spring before. All of a sudden, talk about how God works. I'm at Miss America with something that was seeming like a very controversial or weird platform issue to have when all the other women were talking about character education, or environmental safety or whatever. And I was like, suicide prevention. Suddenly it was the hot button issue. Wow. And so I spent many years learning what not to say, Tina. What we're not supposed to say is, hey, everybody's going to miss you. Stick around for us, because that actually applies more pressure. I learned not to say, oh, don't worry, it'll pass. You want to hear something? Let me tell you what I'm going through. Because none of that matters.
None of it's going to help.
When a person is feeling that way, first of all, let's not negate the chemical realities of that, the biological implications of mental health, mental illness is a real thing, right? And so then understanding that when people have gotten to that point, the good news is if they take the time to tell you what you just said, they actually don't really want to be gone. When a person is at the real end of their ropes, you don't know it. That's when you find a person who has completed suicide. When someone, and this is why purpose is so important, when someone dares to let you in to that kind of darkness, that is an incredible opportunity for life. And what we want to do is find out more about why they're feeling that way right then. And what I was taught is to talk about the temporal nature, of those feelings. There's statistics that show there were people who literally tried to commit suicide off of the Golden Gate Bridge, survived their attempt, and they talked to those survivors, and they said the minute, the second their foot left that ledge, they instantly regretted it and wanted to live. We know we serve a God who created us with the implications of life and to have life more abundantly. So knowing that really our souls want to live and providing a space for people to be honest about how they're feeling, not diminishing those feelings. And then, of course, sending them to the people who can truly help them is what's really important.
Jade, this is insane. First of all, when people do say they want to end their lives, it's like their last cry for help. And it might be people you least expect. And I'm hardly ever suicidal, but I had a couple of times in the last 15 years of my life where I just wanted to feel no more pain. I didn't want to deal with it over and over again. And when you just want to protect yourself, it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. And I am like anti-suicide. When you talked about people jumping off the bridge in San Fran, we had Kevin Hines on. It was a jaw-dropper episode, everybody. First year we were out of the gate. It was 2021 in December, Suicide Prevention Week. Check it out with Kevin Hines. He jumped off the bridge, like you said, and seconds later regretted it. He was one of the 19 people that survived. And there was like I don't know what sea creature, a dolphin, something in the water, he said, seal, I think it was a seal, lifted him up to the surface of that water. Jane, you gotta watch the episode. Everybody out there, watch that episode. Gave me chills. God had other plans for his life. He's alive today. He's been speaking for the last 15, 20 years on. You don't want to commit suicide, trust me. We're going to go to a second commercial break here. When we come back, Jade's going to tell us about her book, her speaking, and her fantastic resources right after this.
Have you ever wanted to start a charity or ministry? Launching a nonprofit can be time-consuming, expensive, and overwhelming. If you have a vision and mission, but don't know where to start or how to raise donations, Capstone Legacy Foundation is your solution. Their ministry charity project allows you to receive tax-free donations without the expense and hassle of forming your own 501c3 and in less than 48 hours. This ministry partnership fund is exactly how Counterculture Ministries got its start, and we grew quickly. Capstone Legacy Foundation handles all your legal and accounting paperwork, allowing you time to develop the ministry and message God gave you. Call Capstone today at 610-688-8890 or check out capstonelegacy.org for more information. And tell them Tina sent you. Partner with Capstone Legacy Foundation to transform our culture for Christ and get your nonprofit started today.
This is absolutely fantastic. Okay, everybody, obviously we need your words more in our brain. I got to reread the book 47 times.
Yes,
everybody,
yes, you got to
grab a hold of Jade's book, Purpose, the Remix. Oh, yeah. We can get it on Amazon. Looks like we can get it right here on Amazon.
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website at jadesimmons.com. And it's a nice short read. I've also recorded it on Audible in my own voice. So if you like to be read to, I read it with energy because I wanted you to hear the sound of those words and make sure they resonate with you as well.
It's just fantastic. So your book is Purpose, the Remix, a mind-blowing re-understanding of purpose and how it works. I'm always saying mind-blowing. Tell us a couple of bullet points we're going to get when we chew on your book.
Yeah, we've divided it into sections. The first section has these different avatars that you might relate to, and it shows you how these people have almost been in purpose, but not quite. People will call me up and say, oh my gosh, I'm Carly, or oh my gosh, I'm Deborah.
ここは井村。韓国の店。
And then I make sure you know how to walk out in it at the end. And of course, I connect purpose to the big man upstairs because he is purpose and he wants us to know that so are we.
You have a mind-blowing website. Talk about mind-blowing. It's jadesimmons.com, everybody. jadesimmons.com. Check it out. Get her over there to speak at your events. Let's go out there and make a difference. What a phenomenal way to kick off this purpose and community drive here for the week on the Counterculture Mom Show. Watch all 4 episodes. Go to counterculturemom.com. Keep helping people in America. You're doing phenomenal work. Everybody out there, go out there, make a difference, and discover your purpose.
Thanks for joining us for the Counterculture Mom Show with your host, Tina Griffin. For over 2 decades, Tina has traveled the globe exposing how pop culture is glamorizing harmful behaviors without showing the consequences, and how these messages are wreaking havoc on today's youth. Through radio, TV, podcasts, and our app, Counterculture Ministries is reaching millions every week with a biblically based message for hope for today's teens and their parents. But we can't do that without your faithful prayer and financial investment. If you appreciate the ministry of Tina and Counterculture Ministries, would you prayerfully consider a generous gift right now? We have a donor matching dollar for dollar. You can give securely online by visiting counterculturemom.com or by texting the word donate to the number 55444. That's counterculturemom.com, or text the word donate to the number 55444. Every dollar is doubled. If you love this show, you can stay up to date on the latest critical issues affecting your family by catching all of our weekly episodes with resource links, signing up for our e-newsletter, and downloading our Counterculture Mom app, where you get timely pop culture alerts. Visit counterculturemom.com for more details. And be sure to join us next week for another edition of the Counterculture Mom Show with Tina Griffin, where we are rewriting Hollywood's script for our kids.